Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, and for those of you who are new here, hi, my name is Iga and this is my little corner on the internet. I've been feeling really nostalgic lately. I miss the glory of early YouTube days, you know, the what's in my bag videos, the get ready with me for school videos, the simplicity of it all. So today we're going to go back to a fraction of that and do my current favourites, because I feel like that's such a reminiscent video to early YouTube days. And also there's been a lot of random faves that I've had recently, and I personally love watching those videos, so I thought I'd share mine with you guys. I think we'll start with beauty. I literally only have two things from beauty that I want to show you guys, because I've been just trying to use up all my stuff before we move. So for beauty, first and foremost, I want to talk about the L'Oreal Elvive Dream Length range. This is just an almost finished conditioner, but actually this range has been so good for both mine and my husband's hair. We've both been shocked. We tried to get the massive size in Costco, but they only had the hydro ones, so we ended up going with those. But once we are finished with those ones, we will be going back to this range. I don't know what they put in it, but it makes your hair incredibly soft. And weirdly enough, my husband and I have two very different hair textures, and somehow it works for both of us. He has quite heavily wavy to curly, dryish hair. This range has been really good for him, and I have deadly straight hair that holds nothing, and it has been keeping my hair very soft, very tangle free. I've managed to grow it a lot more. I'm freshly after a haircut, but it was a lot longer without it feeling like straw. So this range will definitely be making a comeback into my routine whenever we're done with, well, whenever we're done with this, I will be buying a new conditioner of that. And then whenever we're done with the two massive shampoo bottles that we got at Costco, they will be going back into our rotation because they are so good. And I'm pretty sure many others also think that. I've heard great things about this range, considering it is a drugstore range. Another thing I have from the beauty section is the Potion Glow Watermelon Elixir Radiance Face Cream, Hyaluronic Acid, Niacinamide, Hydrate Glow. This is from Home Bargains. I believe it was like £4 or £5, and I believe it's a dupe for the Glow Recipe Watermelon Elixir, or whatever it's called. I really like it. It's really watery. I use it mostly in the day because I don't want anything too heavy that will oil me up before my makeup, but I still want my face to feel hydrated. And I have to say, it doesn't smell overly like watermelon, which I really appreciate, but it does leave my skin really nice and soft and hydrated, and it dries really quickly, and I really like it. So for the price that it is, I haven't been broken out or anything by it. I've been using it for probably over a month, maybe 2 months, something like that. And for 50 milliliters, I still have a good chunk in there. It smells good, it works, it's cheap and cheerful, and I recommend it actually. I have normal to combination skin, I would say, pretty normal. I have a oily T-zone and pretty normal skin around everywhere else. I'm not acne prone or anything. So if that's your sort of situation, then maybe give it a try. It's quite nice and it's a good price. Now moving on to clothing. There isn't much that I've been wearing other than work clothes, but if there is anything I've been wearing is these shoes. So these are, I don't know what kind of Vans, it says VR3 Kush at the bottom of them, but they are Vans Ultimate range, and they are so comfy. They are really good walking shoes. They're not too like Vans style, I find, which I sometimes think maybe isn't my style, but they're really comfy. I've been wearing them to London a few days. I'm touching the sole of them and I'm gonna need to disinfect my hand in just a second. They're really comfortable. My brother-in-law found them for me and showed them to me and asked if I wanted them, and I needed new kind of, I would wear them to the gym, to be honest, because I don't run, I walk at the gym, but I just have been ultra range, not ultimate range. But they're just very comfy. They were a good price. I think they're really worth their money. I'd definitely say size up because they are quite tight, although mine are breaking into. And if anything, maybe get new laces because I haven't done that yet, and they untangle like crazy. But other than that, they are incredibly comfortable shoes and they look cute as well. Another thing which is quite random but it's not at the same time is my leather embossed belt with my little interchangeable Western belt buckle. It is interchangeable, so I have another buckle. If I want to put it on there, I can do. It's a really good quality leather belt from Boot Barn actually. I believe it was like $60, but it was so worth the money. The buckle came with it, obviously. well, I don't know if it's obvious, but it came with it and it's interchangeable and I love it. It's such an incredible statement piece and it pretty much works with most of my things. I do plan on getting maybe like a gold buckle so I can still wear my belt but just have a gold buckle if I'm wearing like gold jewellery and gold accessories. But I've been loving it with skirts, I've been loving it with trousers. It just really goes with my style at the moment. I think because I've been really into kind of Western inspired clothing, this just really goes with the outfits that I kind of envision or elevates the more boring outfits that I've been wearing. And yeah, it was one of the best money I've ever spent. It's super comfy, it's super good quality and I love it so much. Another clothing adjacent piece is this Western style, there's a theme here obviously, PJ from Sainsbury's. It's black and white. I have the bottoms over here as well, but I'm just showing the top because it shows what I mean. It is a black and white, really kind of flowy long sleeve and long trouser combo PJ set, and it was, can I just say, I've been baking a lot because it's been my birthday and I'm leaving work, so I've been baking a lot and bringing stuff for people. So I went into Sainsbury's, honestly, just to buy some whipped cream and find the Frank's Red Hot crinkles, but I found the mini cheddars. I didn't find the crinkles. Story for another day. But that's the only reason I went to Sainsbury's. But because Sainsbury's likes to have really lovely clothing, they have a really nice kind of, I would say, Western inspired range at the moment, so I had to have a look. Of course I'd had to have a look. And so I circled it a few times, didn't really see anything. I knew they had Western PJs last year. They didn't have anything that I really saw, but I had a look anyways. I was like, oh, these are all on sale, and I didn't really see anything that I liked. And then I saw this like somewhat in the background. I was like, oh, okay, let me see the size. It's in my size. And it didn't have a sale sticker on it, so it was originally £24, but it didn't have a sale sticker on it. I was like, let me just take it with me to Tails. If anything, I'll just pay full price, whatever. It wasn't. It was the day before my birthday. They were the last ones. They happened to be my size and they were half price. And that was my sign from the universe that I should get them. So I did. And they are super comfortable. I am using them right now. They're super comfy. And I have to say, I really appreciate Sainsbury's for their sizing structure, because this is an L. I would say I'm a size 16, like a true size 16. And so I'm somewhere in between an L and an XL. But sometimes with PJs, XLs can be too small, which makes no sense. This is an L and it's oversized. It fits like perfectly like you would want a PJ to fit. And arguably this shirt is made of a material that I probably would even wear as just like a shirt outside. Don't know if I will. I don't know if I'm going to be brave enough to do that, but maybe. But yeah, this is my funky new little PJ set and I love it so much. And guys, you're gonna think I'm insane when I show you this, because why at the ripe age of 27 I got this? I don't know. Basically, let me tell you the story. So we are moving to a city called Poznań. Poznań, it's known for its croissant rogal. And I told my boss about that. And she was joking, saying she wanted to get me a jelly cat in the shape of a croissant for my birthday, but she couldn't find it. They were all sold out. She like even went to her local garden centre, but she couldn't find anything. We went on the website. They were all sold out when we were talking about it, but when we went on the website, we stumbled upon a croissant bag. So a jelly cat croissant, but a bag. And in that moment, I had a revelation of about 3 outfits I could wear with this bag. And I thought to myself, damn it, I wish it wasn't sold out. And in the space of the next like 6 hours or so, I managed to hunt it down on Vinted, find it for a good price, get an offer and buy it. So here is my little Jellycat croissant bag. It is a like crossbody bag, so it has a long strap. And it actually is surprisingly big. Like I can definitely fit more than just my phone in here. I treated this as, and same with the PJs, I used my birthday money from my mother-in-law to buy these 2 things. And I think they were very fitting presents from my mother-in-law. But I know there is no reason I need this bag at the age of 27, when my frontal lobe is allegedly getting developed fully right now. But look at it. Look at it. We're friends, okay? This is my bud. Although Rufus, my dog, wants to eat it very dearly. And I mean, I can't blame him. I love a good croissant. But yeah, this is my croissant bag. So stay tuned for how I'm going to style it one day or another. But that was the last piece of the clothing bit. Now we're going to move on to home things. 2 things that have been particularly useful in the house / I just bought and I love them for the house. One of them being this £8 clip-on fan. It is rechargeable. You can pick which mode you want to have it in. And my husband has got it for me for my desk, so I'm not boiling during the heat wave. He already has one as well and he finds it really useful. I found it really useful to take it to work as well. It's like it's not big, so you can easily just pop it in a bag and take it with you if you need to go somewhere. Like I say, it's rechargeable. It's maybe not one of those like really cute foldable ones that are also really useful on the go, but if you know you're going to be stationary in a space for a long time and it's getting warm, this is a really useful little thing. I've popped it on my bedside table before during the night, during the heat waves, and yeah, it's been really lovely. I believe it's from Home Bargains and I believe it was like $7.99, so that's a cutie little addition to our fan collection, and that one's going to travel back home with me. Another thing, and this one I love for its beauty more than its function, you know. I went thrifting a couple of months ago and I had one of those days in a thrift store where literally everything was just calling me. There were so many things I found that I loved and I just had to pick them up because they were so special. And for £3 I managed to find this here jewellery wardrobe. So it has a little spinny wheel in here for my necklaces. It has a bunch of drawers where I can keep whatever the hell I want. Like this has some bigger earrings. This one has more necklaces, etc. I just think it's such a beautiful way to display your jewellery and it goes so well with our bedroom. I love this kind of stuff. It was £3. I looked at it, I was like, I have to have it. It's beautiful, it's stunning, it's incredible. And yeah, I just really like it and I thought I'd share it with you guys because I love a good thrifted find, and this one is one of my proudest ones. For foodie stuff, I don't have a massive collection of things that I've just been really craving, but there are two things that I wanted to mention. One of them being this matcha. I'm actually drinking it right now. It is from Amazon. It is a organic Japanese matcha green tea. It's 100% vegan, premium grade. It had really high reviews on Amazon and I've really been enjoying making myself my own matcha from home. Mostly because A, they're really expensive. Although I did have a Blank Street matcha on my birthday. Incredibly good. I have to admit, incredibly good and actually not horribly priced, which I really appreciated. So if I'm in London before I leave, or if there's a Blank Street around, I will be trying that again and then figuring out what they're doing differently because it was really nice. But yeah, I've just been really loving making my own matcha at home. It's been really enjoyable and I can make it to the way I like it without paying £6 for it like I would in Starbucks. And a win is a win. Another thing from food that I just cannot get enough of, and if I open a pack of these, they are getting devoured in a space of like 10 minutes. If I'm at work, maybe, just maybe, they'll last half a day, but that's because I'm like consistently snacking on them. And that's the Doritos Bits, honey barbecue flavored. I don't know what kind of magic they've put in these, but they are delightful. What I don't appreciate on it though is the Nutri-Score. I think it's a little bit snarky. I don't need to know that. You keep it to yourself, okay? I'm not eating this for the nutrients. I'm eating it for the heavenly flavour that these little bitches are. You can get them at Home Bargains. They're really good. I thought I'd show you my ultimate favourite thing, aka Rufus, aka Wolfie, aka Goofy. He's a man of many names and my favourite thing in the whole world. For more off-screen things, we're going to talk about my favourite books, my favourite music and my favourite shows. I'm going to start with the shows. My number one favourite summer obsession has been The Summer I Turned Pretty, which doesn't surprise probably anyone. I am, after all, just a girl in her 20s. And weirdly enough, I am heavily invested in the life of my personal friend, Conrad Fisher. And I mean heavily invested, okay? As I'm filming this, we've just had episode 7. I am deeply distraught for him, okay? The whole show is messed up. If I have to look at Jeremiah one more time, I'm going to freak out, and I know I do it of my own will. Irrelevant, okay? Team Connie all the way. I don't want to hear any other options. I don't want to hear it. I just want the man to have peace. I want to give him a hug. Like I say, I'm invested in this show as if he is my personal friend. It's just such a well-made show, and my best friend Bethany and I have been watching it pretty much every summer it's been on, and it's just our thing and we're really enjoying it. I love the debriefs that we do for them and I'm really gonna miss it when it's done. It's just such a quintessential summer thing for me and Bets, and I think it's just the girl experience. So hopefully there's going to be a new show that kind of comes along that gives those feels again next summer. But for now, we still have like 4 more episodes and I cannot wait. I have just literally yesterday finished Squid Games season 2 and 3. And I have to say, I didn't even realize it was out. I stumbled upon it completely by accident. I think I was talking to someone about it. When did that happen? Why was that not... I feel like it wasn't marketed because I'm on the internet all the time and it was not marketed to me, considering how popular the first season was. Is it just me? Maybe. Yeah, that was a bit of a tragic ending, I will say. I will say that was a little bit tragic. I would have hoped it ended better. I ultimately understand why it ended the way it did. I just think it's such a well done show. It's so thought out and it's so creepy the way they do it with kids games. I find it so haunting, and the music doesn't help, and I know it's on purpose, but like, I just have to say it. It's just a little bit haunting. It is. And they stress me out. If you ever want your blood pressure raised, watch a couple of those episodes because they have stressed me out. But it's a good show and I recommend it. And another show I've been really enjoying lately, and this is not the first time I've seen it, but it's just another one of those reruns that I just like to do annually, and that is Schitt's Creek. That show is so incredibly funny in such a clever way. I love Catherine O'Hara and the way she the voices and the wigs are just so iconic. It's just such a good feel-good show. It's a good laugh. It's a good story. You don't have to think too hard about it. And I'm a really big fan of shows like that. I really do in general like comedy shows. One of my favorite shows is Brooklyn Nine-Nine. My favorite show of all time is How I Met Your Mother. I like a good feel-good show, and Schitt's Creek is very much one of those. So if you haven't seen it yet, I highly recommend it. Now for music, what have I been listening to? My on repeat at the moment is Feels. Number 1 is Feels by Pharrell Williams and Katy Perry and Calvin Harris. My second song most listened to is Yo Voy featuring Daddy Yankee by Zion and Lennox. My number 3, which was actually my number 1 song from last year, which is White Horse by Chris Stapleton. And number 4 is Gabriella by Cat's Eye. And I would say I've been listening to a lot of Chris Stapleton for the last like year. I haven't really been into like a specific album at the moment. Yeah, I just haven't really found much good music in the last couple of months. So I've just been listening to my staples all the time, but Chris Stapleton's a big one. I've been listening to my country playlist a hell of a lot. If you're interested in that, I can link it down below. It's a really good playlist, I would say so. But if you have any suggestions for good albums or good music, pop up down in the comment below. I would love to check out new music. I am just a little bit in a slump, I would say, music wise at the moment. Yeah, I'm looking to get out of it. So if you have any suggestions for your favourite albums, your favourite songs that I might have not heard of or forgotten, pop them down below and I'll check them out. In terms of reading, I have also been in a little bit of a slump. I am only on 10 books for the year, and most of them have been audiobooks just because I've been so scattermised. There's been so much happening and that's all my brain would really allow me to process. But saying that, I have had a few favourites from those. So first and foremost, I want to talk about Sunrise on the Reaping. I know that came out ages ago. What a book, can I just say. If you have not read it or listened to it, I absolutely recommend it. Suzanne Collins, once again, has smashed it. I'm a big fan of The Hunger Games. I haven't actually read Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. However, I've seen the movie and I really love the movie. It is on my list to read / listen to. But this book was so good. It was so heartbreaking, honestly. And it has filled in so many gaps that we've had in the previous books. And I really appreciated it. I highly, highly recommend it. I have finished all of the Fourth Wing series. I listened to Fourth Wing, listened to Iron Flame, and I read Onyx Storm. I have to say, the series progressively got a little bit worse. I can't lie, it did. A little bit. I loved Fourth Wing. That was a 5-star for me. I don't know why I rated Iron Flame 5-star. I felt like there was a lot of filler in that. I thought there could have been a bit more meat in it, so I think I'm gonna change that. I really enjoyed Onyx Storm, except the last 10% took me 6 months to read because I was so ready to be done with it. It was just, again, it had a little bit too much filler, not enough action in my opinion. But overall, I really like the series, and I think if you're into that kind of romantasy, dragons, all that jazz, you'd really enjoy it. You know, I also listened to Lights Out. Then that was an experience. Let me tell you that much. That's all I'm going to say on that one. The other books I was going to mention are Wild Eyes and Wild Side by Elsie Silver. I absolutely love Elsie Silver, the way she writes. It's just my kind of books. I love those two. I think they definitely don't give off the same like hee as the initial Elsie Silver books. So nothing really will make me feel the same way as Heartless did, but I really do love this series, and I love the way Elsie Silver writes, and they're just sweet books and I recommend them. A book that really stuck with me that I didn't even realise was out, by one of my favourite authors, aka Taylor Jenkins Reid. She's the author of Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo and Daisy Jones and the Six, and Daisy Jones and the Six is one of my favourite books of all time. It's such a good TV series as well. I rewatch it at least once a year just to, you know, cry it out, just to feel something. But she wrote a new book called Atmosphere. I've listened to that on audiobook as well. I loved this book. It was so heartwarming. It was so well written. I really appreciate that she writes about professions. I don't know why. Like most of her books, like her more popular books, always focus on some kind of profession, like a Hollywood actress, a band, Carrie Soto's back, tennis. Malibu Rising, I'm pretty sure, is surfing. Correct me if I'm wrong, I haven't read it. I enjoyed those kind of books. I loved Atmosphere. It was just so sweet and so hopeful and so heartbreaking at the same time, you know? Give it a read. It's beautiful. But that is all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you being here. If you'd like to see more from me, do subscribe to my channel, and I'd love to hear what your current favourites are, any recommendations you'd have for me, music, book, movie, show, all of that, or any other recommendations. I'd love to hear from you guys down in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you guys, and I will see you guys next time. Bye bye.